But it's good to test the car going at slow speeds. It is good as well to feel it. So the steering is so light. It could have been lighter than your Honda Civic, you know. But you are maneuvering a car that is over 2.2 tons and effortless. And even the speedometer, I love a well-designed speedo cluster. This is beautiful. This is analog, and then in the middle there's digital. I hope Bentley won't switch to full digitalization of their speedo clusters, because these kind of clusters are like mechanical watches. They are beautiful to look at, and you can tell they put effort in it. And the integration between the analog dials and then the digital screen in the middle is done so well. The legibility of the screen, the contrast ratio is done so well that it doesn't feel like I'm looking at a screen that is lit up. It just feels like I'm looking at the dials together. I mean, because they look the same. I think a lot of effort must have been put into that as well. And then when you floor the throttle, this car just, oh my god. Okay, I didn't expect that. I did not expect that. I thought it would, you know, gradually build up. There's a momentary hang there, and then this car just explodes off the line. My god. Oh, that's what you get with a proper 4-litre V8 engine. And this engine, I think we're all very familiar with it. It helms from the RS6, if I'm not wrong. It could be from Porsche. They're all one big family, but they're all 4-litre V8 twin turbos, and damn, they are fast, man. This car is rapid. I don't even need to switch to whatever sport mode or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of stuff for me to press or switch. Okay, let's turn down to sport mode. If my memory serves me right, this car dances. Oh. Super SUV this. Okay, the brakes. I felt that I want a little bit more just now from the brakes. I may be wrong. Let's continue. Let's try it. Holy moly. This is a super SUV that you can drive every day. And the proposition is, this is a Cayenne killer. Yeah, it is a Cayenne killer because it's just one up from the Cayenne. I love looking at the Speedo, man. And the dashboard is just beautiful. The finishing, the leather. Oh, that's a proper interior. Proper stuff. And it's constantly showing me my wheels, all terrain information and things like that. These are just there to justify the price that you're paying. Oh, I was expecting a Breitling clock over there, but it says Bentley. Maybe it's Bentley by Breitling or something, but nevertheless, oh, the blind spot warning just light up. So this car has the modern stuffs, I presume. These buttons are very familiar. The layout and all that, straight from Audi. And then this lovely gear lever. I love the fact that this car has a lot of those old school stuff, but it doesn't make it look all moldy and old people-ish. No, it's classy. It's very, very classy. The finishing of the car is just immaculate. Beautiful. Proper stitching on real leather in the dash. The cuffs over here that finishes off the leather. Oh, it feels so good to touch. My god, this is proper. And the whole car is wrapped in leather. Even the A-pillars, even the ceiling, everywhere, every surface that you can touch is wrapped in leather. You can hardly find plastics here, except from the buttons on the steering wheel. The buttons over here, these are plastics. Other than that, every single surface, all these are wrapped in leather. The wood finishing, my god. Now, Bentley was a family member of Rolls-Royce. We all know that back then. They are the sports versions of Rolls-Royce. They have a sporty heritage. Oh, when you touch this aircon vent, you wouldn't want to play around with the one in the Mercedes-Benzes anymore. This feels so good, like a solid milled piece of metal into this round vent shape, and then it feels so good to control the air. And then you just, my God, this car is too fast, too fast, too fast, too fast, too powerful, very, very rapid. Oh my God, this engine is crazy, man. This feels almost as fast as the W12, if not just as fast. Okay, every time I depress the throttle, there is a little bit of weight before it blows up, but when it blows up, it is not your usual explosive performance. It is outright nuclear. See what I mean? This is nuclear, man. Oh my God, you can drive a Bentayga to a supercar meet and chase off quite a number of them. Ask them to get out of the way. Oh my God, this car is so fast. What is he doing? Oh, I'm very sure the Cullinan will be a lot more comfortable, a lot more composed, poised, but as sporty SUVs go, damn, oh, this is quite something. You know, the way it corners, I mean, all Bentleys are like that, mind you. I've driven the Continental, I've driven the Flying Spur and all that. The thing with Bentleys is that they don't look as agile as they are, but when you drive them, they are extremely agile, extremely capable in making turns and switching from left to right, corner to corner. They are very, very good at it. That's Bentley. It is a sporting brand. It is a brand that is within the same realms of a Porsche, BMW, stuff like that. It is sporty. I think it's sportier than a BMW even. That's a Bentley. Oh my God, this car is epic, epic. Let's go through the walk around. This is an extremely good looking color that looks like purple on screen, but in my eyes is brown. Yeah, only luxury brands can come up with all these weird colors. This is the Bentley Bentayga 4-litre V8 twin turbo. Now, I've driven this car 2 years ago in Langkawi. That's a W12, but this is the more, let's say, civil version. Okay, now cars like these, V8 twin turbo is already enough, I would say. A W12, that's excessive. Okay, the famous Bentley grille, unfortunately, because of pedestrians that do not know how to cross the roads, they're made in plastics now. Okay, but can you imagine that era where they actually have metal grills, wireframe grills that they, you know, stitch them together, plier them together? Yeah, that makes for proper flesh blending machine for people who can't cross the streets. Alright, but it looks exquisite, looks beautiful, and look at all these little sort of diamond kind of knurled patterns around the headlamps. Beautiful. And that's a pretty unique touch over there. Okay, this is a big SUV. Okay, but somehow it is smaller than I thought it would be. Okay, when I got the car the first time, I was like, hey, I was expecting it to be a lot larger, but then it's not. It feels like a Cayenne Plus, if you know what I mean. It's just slightly bigger than a Cayenne, but from pictures it looks like the size of the Cullinan, you know. And everywhere everybody is comparing a Bentayga and a Cullinan, right? Now let's put it this way. Bentley used to be a family member of Rolls-Royce, right? They make the sports versions of Rolls-Royce. So you can think of Bentley as Rolls-Royce Type R kind of stuff. Okay, you have a Rolls-Royce version, then you have the sportier, more, I would say beautiful, but sportier version of Rolls-Royce. And I can't help it. These wheels keep taking off my attention. They are extremely beautiful. These huge 5-spoke wheels. Damn man, they look damn good. I love all these traditional designs instead of all the current laser cut nonsense that's going on. Okay, that's the boot. And then you have this sophisticated contraption here that moves about to hold your luggage. And then you can also sit here. So let me see, how do I even engage it? And then what do I do here? Okay, I can slide it. Is it? No, it really looks chunkier than it should be. To be completely honest. All right, you can slide it all the way, and then you can lock it, I suppose. And then you can sit here, all right, to gaze at the stars. Yeah, this is nice to have lah, huh? But I wouldn't call it a necessary thing to have. But this just shows when you pay top dollar, you get top stuff. Okay, I just want to get it out of the way. Hopefully I get to lock it. If I don't, just leave it as it is anyway. Yep, space saver tires, sound system, woofers and things like that. Interestingly, it doesn't have a tonneau cover. It is a parcel shelf that is hanging on the strap, just like your HRV. Oh no, HRV doesn't, or your lower range cars. Alright, but this is polished metal. Okay, and this whole parcel shelf is high quality stuff. Leather on top, high quality plastics. These covers, they all feel like a different grade of materials. Oops, sorry. It's a beautiful car, isn't it? The squared off haunches, this line that runs over the tail lamps, it is just exquisite to look. I love the design of this car. Now let's start the car and then go inside. That's where the party piece is. And the rims are huge, extremely huge. How big are they? 22 inches of metal. These you see here, they're cold to the touch. Yep, polished metal. Look at the rail, polished metal. Stuff that you can't see is polished. This one has a name sound system. Very nice looking grille there, beautiful. Laser cut, a bit sharp to the touch. This one. Ooh, just listen to the way the fuel pump runs electronically, and then boom, starts. Now, the first thing I noticed when I got up the car is that this one has analog dials on the side and then a digital screen in the middle. And some of you may say, hey, it's not fully digital. Haha. Your Casio is fully digital. Not your Breitling, not your IWC, not your Patek Philippe, right? Not your Frank Miller. No. Proper, beautiful analog dials look exquisite. They look beautiful. And look at the little needles with the orange tone in there. It just looks beautiful to look at. You know they put effort in designing the fonts, designing the dials, designing every single thing. And one thing you might not have noticed now is that the center screen that is digital with the white font, you know, the stuff's on top, right? They look exactly the same in terms of legibility with the analog dials. You notice that? You look at the analog dials now, you look at the font, then you look at the digital screen, you look at the font, the white and the black background, the contrast ratio, all this has been carefully balanced to make it look like it's one piece. I could have told you now that this entire thing is a digital screen. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference because they balance that screen in between to show the same brightness, the same dark black. Basically effort, a lot of effort in doing that alone. And the entire cabin is just beautiful, covered in all these high quality leather stitches, these type of organ buttons and levers. And this thing traditionally is a lever in behind there, and you push it in, it closes the lid, right? But this one, you feel air here. I'll put a speaker next to it so that you can hear the aircon. And then while I push the lever in, and then you will notice the time difference. I'll close this off first. Okay, this one has all the air now. Okay, hear it? Okay, now I close it. You will notice that the air is still blowing, and then it gradually goes away. Why? Because this is just for tradition's sake, but behind there is actually electromechanically controlled. Okay, and look at the seats, the leather, all this. This one over here, during the summer sun in Europe, you have double sun visors. And then let's go to the back. Lovely, lovely interior. Every surface is covered in leather, as though this is 1940s and plastic hasn't been invented yet. So at the back here, you will notice one thing. At the front, it's pretty snug. Everything is close to you. It feels like a sports car up front. It feels like a Bentley Continental up front. But in the rear, you feel like you're in a, how do I put this? The Flying Spur. It is so spacious at the back here. You get a lot of knee room, you get a lot of headroom, and you have this tray, little tray over here, covered in leather, of course. Proper metalwork, of course. It's nice at the back here. You may feel the seat back is a little bit upright because it's very spacious here and you tend to want to slouch, but yeah, it feels a little bit, yeah, you can go down a little bit, but that's all. Okay, it's a dignified sitting position. Okay, now this is the one thing I complain about Bentayga. That's it. This is a very expensive car. It should show some class and sophistication at the back here. Instead of one cushion, 2 holes. They should do better than that. Other than that, no complaints. And then look at this. Oops. Oh, the whole thing comes out and then you grab it. Alright, put it back. Yep. And then you look at this. This is the tray that doesn't need you to lock or click lock it. See, how do you design a mechanism that allows you to just open it like that and then close it like that without further actions, and when the car is going through the roughest of surface, this thing won't drop? See, this takes a lot of design and knowledge to build a mechanism, a hinge mechanism that allows them to do that. And of course, what tops it off? A little bit of magnet here, okay, that sort of snaps this into place. That's craftsmanship. That is what you're buying. You're buying design. You're buying the brain juice of the brilliant people who works in Bentley. That's what you're buying, right? So yeah, man, it's great. It's great. What a beautiful car. It's worth every ringgit it charges you for that 2 million you're paying or less, right? Fantastic.